things I love about the Bible, which the congregation has been looking at since Christmas in terms of a big overview, and Indigenous spirituality, I think it's a place where they really overlap, is with a concern for the generations. The Bible, if you read especially the Hebrew Bible, or if you listen to Indigenous elders, you know that they think generationally. They don't just think in terms of the present, which is quite different, actually, from our culture in many ways. So you'll hear in the Bible, and even in Leviticus, which I think Jeff is looking at today, often it comes back around to, you'll say this and do this so that future generations will know. Or you'll leave a marker here of the way in which God was good to you, so that future generations, when they ask, you'll be able to tell them. It's all about what we do now, how it impacts the future generations. Well, a few years ago, 2019 actually, we had an Indigenous elder by the name of Stacy Gallagher, who's an Anishinaabe spiritual leader and elder and friend of mine. Some of you will remember he came and worked with our Burrard Street Story Guild and the kids of our Canadian Memorial community to tell the story of creation, the creation story from Genesis. But he showed us how an Indigenous telling might look, and we made Indigenous animal masks and plant masks, and we did some drumming. He taught us the Anishinaabe water song, and we incorporated that all into our season and into our story guild storytelling. So it was a beautiful gift. And the reason he came, of course, as soon as I asked him, would you come? And he says, oh, children, of course I'll come. If there's children involved, I'll always come because of that generational concern. Well, a few weeks ago, I learned that Stacy was in jail. He'd been arrested for drumming and singing on Tsleil-Waututh territory in defense of their land against development that was happening there. And again, his arrest and his willingness to take a stand is for the future, the generations to come. And so we were talking about it in class the other day, and some of the kids in the class were actually here when Stacy led the Story Guild. And so when we learned that, we decided to write Stacy a letter in jail. And so Micah is going to read that letter to us today. We're all going to sign it and then send it in the post. And along with some photos that will remind him of his time with us, and which we're going to display as Micah reads the letter.
Dear Stacy, we still remember you. The time spent teaching us songs and ceremony to honor the earth and the Creator. Thank you for standing your ground, for praying and drumming against forces of exploitation and greed. Thank you for your courage and being true to yourself even when it came at a cost. You inspire us to stay strong in our defense of our beliefs and our convictions. Thank you for not thinking of the present but looking out for the generations to come. Stay strong, Uncle. We spend our prayers and our love, the children and youth of Canadian Memorial United Church.
So while Evelyn lights the candle, let's all think about the choices and sacrifices our forebears made so that we could be here today, and what sacrifices and choices we can make so that our children and our children's children will live well on the earth.